So, we're going to do another practice now, all right? So get back in your partners, please. Get back with your partners. Okay, B is going to go first this time. B is going to go first. So B, you need to look at the other person and you need to find a bunch of things that you admire, just something that looks really good. Like you might like their shoes or their hair, or they got nice eyes or a nice smile, whatever it is, okay? Okay? So this is part of assertiveness. Actually, it's both parts of assertiveness. So B, you're going to tell A what is awesome about them, okay? Say, you know what? You're awesome because you've got a nice smile. You're awesome because, you know, you got like big feet, whatever, I don't know, okay? Makes you more stable. Whatever, be complimentary, okay? So, but A, your job, what do you think your job is going to be, A? To say thank you, right? Okay, so we don't want to do this, right? You don't want to deflect the compliment, right? Oh no, this old thing. Oh no. Oh, you're so kind. Oh, here, let me give you some money. Oh, you're so kind, right? Okay. Look them in the eye and say, thank you. Okay, so let's practice. You guys are an awesome audience. You look very pretty. Very good. Okay, that's the exercise. Okay. So we can do that for an hour, a minute. We're going to do it for a minute. Okay? So B, are you ready? You found something nice about A, and you're going to go and say that to A, and then we'll switch. Okay, I'll tell you when to go as soon as I get my clock ready here. Hang on. Okay, are you guys ready? Remember, what are you supposed to say? Thank you, not, oh, you're so nice, right? Okay, thank you. And you can laugh if you want to as well, but you have to look at the other person in the eye. You got to take the compliment, okay? And the person giving the compliment has to look in the eye too. Okay, ready? Go. All right, now, A, your turn to get even. You get to tell B how awesome they are, okay? So take a few moments, look at them, figure out what you like about them. And you got to pepper them, and A, you got to say thank you. Or sorry, B, you got to say thank you. Okay, ready? And go. So what did you learn? What did you learn? Who wants to share? Got somebody back there.
Coming.
When Michelle and I were sharing our compliments, and Michelle she started with the compliments, but then she started thanking me for a lot of different things, and I thought, well, thank you for thanking me. She was doing a lot of thank yous towards me.
So it's kind of morphed. The exercise kind of morphed. Okay, that's good. How did you do with saying thank you?
Fine.
You're good? Okay.
Yes.
It's easier to say thank you when they're thanking you anyway, right?
Exactly.
Right on. Thank you. Anyone else? Who found it? Okay, thank you. That table there.
Well, we were just talking about how it's fine to say thank you to, the first compliment, but then it gets really awkward when you keep receiving them. It's like, thank you. Yes, thank you. It does. It loses its sincerity, exactly. It feels like, what are you trying to...
Yeah, it feels like it's like a little too much. It's like almost overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, one here.
I found it hard to just say thank you and leave it at that. I had a strong need, and Kimberly talks about this, how we tend to give away ideas for free, and I want to say, well, yeah, I know, I got a deal on this. I only paid, I had to refrain from saying, don't they look nice, my earrings? But I only paid like $20. Like it was, I had to refrain from telling her where I got them, how much I got them for, and when I got them, and you should go check out the sale.
Kind of, you have to stop stuff kind of puking up yeah.
I had to visualize a door in front of me saying stop and just say thank you. That was hard.
It is hard. Yeah. Right, and thank you for sharing that, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I got somebody over here. Yeah, thank you.
The other part of saying receiving a compliment more than once, I realized that I have a very long-term client, and the longer we're into this relationship, and the more grateful or happy she is, I almost diminish her happiness by not just being professional and saying thank you.
Absolutely. That's a really, really important point, okay? If I give you a gift and you don't receive my gift well, what does that say to me? How does that make me feel? Sorry? Bad, yeah. You give a gift by receiving a gift well, yes? Okay. What does it do? And you're right, you know, the long-term client that keeps telling you all this wonderful stuff, when you kind of diminish it, like diminish the response, you diminish her joy and her enjoyment of what you have given her. Does that make sense? Yeah. So is that good business practice, by the way? No. You want to increase the value of what you offer people, not diminish it, yes? Okay. So saying thank you when somebody gives you a compliment, whatever it is, whether it's a client or a spouse or whoever, it increases the value of all that. What appreciates, appreciates. Okay? So you want to appreciate the person for sharing it so they can appreciate what you have to give them. Yes? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I saw some other hands somewhere. Okay. One there and then right here.
I was just going to say, I think it's a bit of a Canadian thing, but there is that weird, you know, in Silence of the Lambs where Hannibal Lecter says, quid pro quo, Clarice, and they have to trade. When you get a compliment, I find that we quite often feel we have to give one back or scrounge for one. Just to go, well, I owe you a compliment now, and that's not the nature.
Well, you're nice too. Right.
Yeah. So it's, I think, something to be mindful of for sure, because it does diminish it on the other side of things.
Absolutely. Think about it, and thank you for that. Think about it this way. Yeah, sure, if you owe a compliment, then owe it to the universe, not to the person. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, this is really nice, so I can do something nice to the universe, or do something nice to somebody else I see. Or I can do something nice for this other person at some point in the future. But at that point, be really present and accept the compliment, because that is what you're doing. That is the gift you give to the other person. It really is. So thank you for that. Right up here. Oh, okay. And then up here, sorry.
It was nice getting a compliment and actually accepting it.
Oh, so it felt nice to actually let it in. Mm-hmm. Okay, how many other people had that experience? Right. Thank you. Yes. It is nice to receive it as well, to let it in. Okay.
I felt that when I was giving the compliments, it was easy, and I preferred the first half of it when I was giving a good, solid, meaningful compliment. Mm-hmm. And then I found if I continued, like I wanted to stop right there. Mm-hmm. And if I continued, it would just water it down and diminish the meaning of it. So I stopped. Okay. And then there was sort of an awkward silence of, oh, you don't have anything else nice to say about me? But it wasn't for that reason. It was because what I said first mattered, and that was enough.
Right, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's got to be a meaningful compliment for it to make sense, but the idea of the exercise was to kind of break you out of that zone, and yeah, just keep hammering them with it. So yeah, absolutely, so thank you. This is intimacy, by the way, okay? Intimacy, in my books, is the willingness to be seen. So when you give somebody a compliment, you're being intimate with that individual. You're willing to be seen because you're sharing a part of yourself deeply with somebody else. That builds connection, and what does connection do for your business? Sorry? Increases it, okay? So when somebody if somebody's trusting you enough to open themselves up to say something nice about you, they're sharing themselves with you, they're being intimate with you. When you accept that well, you're reciprocating in that way. And that builds a relationship. When you share a compliment with them, that builds a relationship as well, okay? And relationships are good for business. So absolutely. Okay, thank you. Okay, so how many feel that, you kind of got a little bit of a handle on this now? Yes? Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, so we're gonna do another exercise, okay? So this time I want you guys to stand up for this one. A's and B's still. A's and B's still. And A is going to go first this time, okay? So the last one we did was, you're awesome because. This one is I'm awesome because. Oh! Okay, so it looks like this. It looks like this. Remember our stance, right? Okay. I'm awesome because I'm a good learner. I'm trying this exercise. It freaks me out. Okay? I'm awesome because I traveled all the way here and I came to this design conference so I can learn more about my business. I'm awesome because I'm able to, I'm so tall, or I can fit in this size shoes, or it doesn't matter. You don't have to cure cancer to be awesome. Okay? You can be awesome for whatever you find. Okay? But and we're going to do this for a minute, and you're allowed to repeat the same thing if you get stuck. Okay? So you don't always have to come up with new stuff why you're awesome, new reasons why you're awesome, but you do have to keep talking and saying that you're awesome for a minute. Okay? So your partner is going to look you in the eyes as you are looking at them and saying this. You can't look at the floor, you can't look at, I saw somebody taking off their glasses, that's cheating. You can't do that. Oh, so you can see better, okay, all right, okay. I'm blind now, so I can't see, so it's okay. Okay, so look at the person in the eye. I am awesome because I don't have any hair. Okay, whatever it is. All right, but then your partner just nods and said, "Yes, you are." Nods and says, "Yes, you are." Okay, so A goes first. A goes first. So really quickly, I can take two comments really quick, really short comments. What'd you learn? Who wants to share? What'd that feel like? Everybody's just awesome. Anybody have anything specific to say about that? Anything at all? Okay, right here.
I found that really difficult because I don't, and I've spoken to some colleagues at other times about this, I don't acknowledge myself enough. I've accomplished so much, as I know we all have, and I know my colleague and I talked about celebrating each other or getting a group and saying, after every project or just even during the project, what's working for you, and to congratulate each other. So this was actually emotional too, because I realized I am awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'll say a quick word about celebration, okay? Celebration is one of those stress-busting tips, okay? Celebrate everything. Celebrate your stuff, celebrate other people's stuff. I try to, I encourage people to get celebration partners. Call each other up every day, and for 5 minutes, all you do is celebrate. You don't bitch about the bad clients, you don't complain about the husband or wife or whatever. You just celebrate and just be like, oh, that's awesome. Tell me some more. Oh, that's awesome. Really? Tell me some more. Wow, that's great, right? And be really enthusiastic for them, because your celebration helps you manage stress, but also helps build the other person up. So absolutely, thank you for sharing. Really quickly now, thank you.
I don't find it difficult to give compliments, except that I worry that the other person is going to think that I'm gushing too much, because the people that I care about, I could talk for an hour about why they're awesome. Doing that to myself, I'm actually, I've been working on this for a long time. So the way that I think of it now is that I should be a good friend to myself, the same way that I would compliment somebody else.
Absolutely, that's a great way to end up. Thank you. Be a good friend to yourself. I have a saying, I said I want to treat the people I care about at least as good as I treat a stranger, or better yet, an honored guest, okay? And the people I care about starts with who? Starts with who? Thank you.